Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an email that was sent from a subscriber. This is a guy, he's sharing his story about events that occurred when he was 23 years old and thought it was a great idea to move in with his girlfriend. And he's going to share everything that happened, and I kid you not, as he goes through his story and all the negative things that started to happen the second they moved in together, I kid you not, they're right in line with things I've told you guys about in other videos, why not to move in with your girlfriend, and some of the things that can happen. And so many of you guys are watching this right now that either live with your girlfriend or you have lived with a woman at some point. You're going to shake your head and laugh because you know these things are dead on. And you're going to see here, guys, he moves in with her, and the whole dynamic of the relationship changes like that. And he's treated like crap, taken advantage of, etc., etc. But the worst part of this whole thing is he puts up with it. He allows it. His inaction, his passive behavior and being the nice guy basically teaches her how to treat him. That's why it's so important. I talk to you guys about how it's so important to stand up for yourselves. And you really do teach people how to treat you. In any relationship, romantic relationship with your girl, relationships with family members, friends, coworkers, acquaintances, whatever. So you got to stand up for yourself and not allow yourself to be taken advantage of in BS. Otherwise, people will. Okay, you enable their behavior. Now, she's the a-hole in the story, don't get me wrong, but this guy's not innocent either. But he was young, and he's learned, so... And also, you're going to see, guys, that this guy, he didn't have a father growing up. He didn't have a masculine presence, so he was raised by his mom. And so he didn't have that there to teach him as well. Well, again, it's so important to have a strong male presence in a young boy's life. But anyhow, I'm going to get into this, guys, and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about here. He starts off saying, "Good day, SSM. Before I go on with the story, I'd like to add a giant thank you for all the content you make. I would say it has helped me deal with the trauma caused by the story I'm about to send you, but that would be an understatement. I can honestly say you and other creators like you have changed my life." You're welcome, bro. I'm glad I could help. And there's other great guys out there who do shows, and they have their own areas they're great at, and so this is what we're all trying to do, trying to help guys out. Because believe me, we didn't have YouTube when we were younger. We had to learn the hard way. So myself, as well as others, I think we're all kind of the same playing field here, that we want to help other guys out. And if we can save people that pain, what we went through was worth it. First, I want to give you some context about young me. I was raised by my mother. The male parental unit basically did not exist in my life. While I was younger, I would get to see my dad every other weekend, but even too young me, it soon became clear why my mother wanted nothing to do with him. Okay, my mistake, he did have a father, but we didn't see him very often. Let's just say he was a very good example of everything not to do with your life. He spent time in jail and deserved it. That sucks, man. I'm sorry that happened, but we all have things we deal with when we're younger, and some are really bad, but we find a way to survive and learn. My mostly single mom was certainly not perfect, at least never tried to be my dad. However, as you can imagine, I was raised with FNS ideas and white knight syndrome. There you go. I say all the time that, with the single moms, they can love their sons, they can take care of them, provide, do their best. And I know plenty that are cool. But it's still not the same. The boys need a father. And I might add that the moms are always softer on their boys. There are some examples, but generally speaking, even the toughest of moms are tough on their daughters. They're way easier on their boys. And boys need a good, strong male role model to set an example, but also give those boys a kick in the ass when they need it. And believe me, when I was younger, I needed it. My dad was old school, so believe me, I got a kick in the ass constantly. And I needed it, and I deserved it. But nowadays, when you have so many single-parent households, and the moms will just let things slide with the boy. Oh, he's a teenager. Oh, he's a boy. Oh, he shouldn't have to have a part-time job because I want him to have fun. Or let him spend his money freely because he's only young once. And just things like that. Let things slide, or let him skip school because he's got a little tummy ache, or I'm going to drive him to school because it's really cold outside. Just these little things that Dad would say, "No, you're going to the bus stop. I don't care if it's 20 below zero. You're going to get out there and wait for the damn bus. I'm not driving you." A mom might drive him to school, or he's got a little tummy ache in the morning. The dad says, "Get your ass on the damn bus. You're going to school, boy." Or put down that video game console. You're going to go out and rake some leaves. See what I'm talking about? Or yes, you're going to get that part-time job at Burger King or McDonald's or Domino's because that builds character. You see my point? Now, don't get me wrong. There are some fathers that will spoil their kids too. But boys need a strong male role model and also to show him other things. But he didn't really have that. And he learned the white knight syndrome from his mom, and that never works. So this is me finding myself in a relationship at the age of 23 and moving in with my girlfriend. Smack. Bad move. First, we moved into an apartment. Then a few years later, got our own house. Now, this is where the story gets a bit more difficult to tell. At first, it was small things. Now, listen to this. This is dead on the things I tell you guys about. She stopped dressing attractively for me. Gone were the clothes that showed her off her best parts. Well, why should she have to dress sexy for you anymore? Because she's got you. You're moved in together, and you even got a house together now. You're not going anywhere, so why should she have to try? Back when she was trying to keep you, when you were living apart, of course she would dress sexier better for you because, you know what? She could lose you to some other woman. So she's got to maintain the visual attraction there. Not anymore. How many guys have been moved in with your girl and she was dressing all sexy before? Now, don't get me wrong. You don't have to dress sexy all the time. It's not like we're sitting around our houses, guys, wearing a 3-piece suit or wearing really fancy clothes. We're going to wear sweatpants and stuff, but you get my point. She's letting herself go. And because, why should she have to take care of herself? Because she's got him. How many guys have been with your girl and you move in and all of a sudden she's sitting on the couch, she's wearing 10-year-old sweatpants with holes in it from Target, and her hair is up like the Bride of Frankenstein, and you get my point. After that, she stopped making any kinds of innuendos. Never mind advances related to bedroom fun. When I commented on her no longer ever making the first steps, she gave me some BS excuse that was the man's job. So in other words, she's no longer interested in hooking up. Again, she's got you. How many of you guys you were dating a girl, she was your girlfriend, and you lived apart, and when she saw you, she was excited to see you, she dressed well, you were hooking up left and right, and finally you thought it was a great idea to move in together, and all of a sudden the SCX, boom, stopped. Because she got you. It's a lot harder. I mean, if you're in an apartment together and you're not married, yeah, you can leave, but it's a lot of headaches. When they don't have you, when they're trying to get you, when you are living in your place, she's living in hers, she never knows where you are, what you're doing, who you're with, she has to wonder about you, then you're going to get the best behavior, best treatment. But when you're in there together, especially if you own a place or even get married, why should she make the effort? She's got you, buddy. See? This is why I encourage you want to do relationships? Go ahead, knock yourself out. A lot of guys are relationship guys, cool. They'll live together. The only way you should ever move in with your girl is if you're going to get married. It's a trial run, like going to the car dealership, and before you buy that car, you take that truck for a spin on the highway to see what it's like and get under the hood and take it to your mechanic to check it out before you buy it. It's the same thing moving with your girl, and hopefully you can see her true colors before you get hitched. There's no other reason other than that, guys. And you may say to split the expenses. You may split the bills if she pays, but you're going to find out that the headaches aren't worth the money you can save per month. That's why I want you guys to work hard, do well for yourself financially, so you don't have to rely on somebody else as a roommate to not only make ends meet, but to pay the bills and have money left over to put away and invest. Then, when I did initiate, either she acted more like a starfish than a star, or she wasn't in the mood and would give me some excuse. So you got the bare minimum. Now, we all know how this is going to turn out, and it turned out exactly as what you expect. Just reading the first paragraph, I knew how this story was going to go. Getting tired of often being told no and seeking her lack of interest, I found myself feeling almost like I was an abuser for daring to even try. And then the nagging started. Oh, yes, I've mentioned the nagging in my videos. Not taking out the trash on time, leaving the toilet seat up, the cap off the toothpaste, amongst many other things. I wasn't doing enough for her. Never mind that what money I had to spend, I wanted to spend on her. I wasn't doing enough housework. I did most of it and often found myself doing her part on top. I didn't bring enough money. Never mind, I was making twice her salary and was paying the lion's share of the bills. And then the kicker. After months of nagging me, she somehow convinced me to have a kid with her, but on the condition she at least initiated bedroom fun at least half of the time. Bro, why in the hell are you living with her? If when you moved into the apartment and this stuff was going on before you actually bought a place together, You could see you were getting treated like a second-class citizen. You're not hooking up. She's dressing like crap. You're not getting the same treatment. End it. That's it. Now, I understand you were young, and I understand you didn't have that male guidance. A lot of people didn't. But if someone is not treating you guys in the way that you should be treated, if you're putting in all the effort and they're giving you the bare minimum or worse, you leave. Break up. You're not. He doesn't say he's married her. Now he bought a house together, which, no offense, dude, was fucking stupid, because now she's a co-owner of it. He might as well be married, and she knows it. Hey, I can do whatever I want because I'm a partial owner of this house, and he doesn't want to lose the house. Don't do this. At the end of the day, guys, even if it's worth having to sell the house and take your portions, move the hell on. It's not worth it. And this guy knows. He learned the hard way. Now, normally, you might expect this would have improved things in the bedroom and fun department. After all, if she wants a kid, you have to make the kid. But no, apparently she didn't follow the same biology classes that I did. The bedroom fun dried up completely. She completely refused to initiate, so over the course of the next year and a half, we had fun once. One time in a year and a half, dude, you're roommates, nothing more. It's not a romantic relationship. Good thing from that is that kids don't make themselves, so she never got pregnant. Well, thank the Lord there, brother, you never had a kid with her. Oh my God, then you have to deal with her forever. And then one of the most insidious forms of abuse started, abandonment abuse. She ignored me when I tried to talk to her or gave me one-word replies. Any attempt to do anything with her was an uphill battle. After 8 years together, I had had enough, so I decided to break up with her. Well, thank the Lord you did, but 8 years you put up with this crap? Now, guys, no high-value man that has things going for him in his life, that is a catch, would ever tolerate this shit. Not for 8 years, not for 8 minutes. This is why I encourage you guys for many reasons to build yourself up to be the best you can be in all areas of your life. And that way then you don't tolerate shitty friends, crap from family members, employees, coworkers, clients even. And especially your girl. She treats you like crap. She's not treating you the way you treat her, didn't reciprocate. She's toast. On to the next one. And when you behave in a way that you demand respect and so forth, they're going to treat you that way. But this guy didn't command respect. This guy didn't respect himself. He let her get away with her shit. Okay? And when a woman doesn't respect you, she will never love you. This guy was being used. No ifs, ands, or buts. End of story. You can't be that way, guys. And I know a lot of you guys know this, especially after listening to me so long, but I get new people all the time, and these are the things you just got to hammer in. They will not love you if they don't respect you. And to sound like she respect him, not a chance in hell. He should have walked years ago. But, okay, fine. He learned. 8 years. But it's not so easy because they own a house together. First, she exploded when I told her my conditions for continuing to pay more of the bills than she did. How dare I ask her to keep things civil and help get the house sold? And how dare I ask she pay half the bills if she won't agree? Then she started telling any common friends that we had crap about me. How she was getting scared of me. How I had almost hit her. When I told her if she kept hitting me that I'd have to defend myself. Conveniently, that part was left out. How I was trying to take financial advantage of her for daring to ask her to pay half the bills and other stuff of a similar nature. If you were buying a place, she should have been paying half the bills all along. From the moment you moved into an apartment to buying a place. I mean, again, she's the a-hole here, but, bro, I wouldn't be doing you a favor if I just said everything you were doing was right and everything she was doing was wrong. You enabled a lot of this behavior, and you put up with a lot of crap you shouldn't have because you didn't stand up for yourself. And yes, you pretty much didn't have a father figure, a male role model in your life, and you're raised by an F&S mom with the pounding the white knight crap into your head. I'm sure you saw all the dumbass movies that we've all seen, the Hallmark movies and the Lifetime movies and Disney movies and all the other crap you see today. But at the end of the day, you're your own man. You're responsible for your actions. But I'm glad you've learned. I found myself losing most of my social circle over her crap. Crap I only found out about when one of my good friends told me about it and how he was convinced it could not possibly be true. So he wanted my side of the story. If your so-called friends believed her story, then they're not your friends. And I would have nothing to do with them at that point. At least one of your buddies told you what was going on. And then the final straw. Just after we sold the house and we're looking at dividing the proceeds, she accused me of taking advantage of her in a screaming fit for daring to ask her to pay half of our common debts from her share. This literally ended up with her screaming and throwing things at me while I dodged and kept my calm. I really hope, bro, you learned your lesson. You'll never enter in a relationship like this ever again, let alone move in with a woman. Does this sound ideal, guys? For those of you who think you want to move with your girlfriend and it'll be all magical, I'm not saying they're all going to be like this. Most certainly not. But there's plenty that will. And the stereotypes I told you about, dressing like crap, the sex slowing down, amongst many of the nagging, the disputes over the bills, you can expect some of that. Luckily for me, here in Quebec, we have a law about unjust enrichment. And unfortunately rarely gets used properly, but it does exist. Lucky for me, she only knew about the first part of that. Funny enough, when I told her if she wasn't happy, we'd go to court and she would have to disclose all the money she'd been putting aside behind my back. I found out because she literally left the paperwork on the counter one day. As well as a debt she came into the relation with and they look and see who had put more in, who was getting richer on the back of who, and split everything down the middle. She decided paying her half of the common debt was a good idea. Well, I'm glad you played hardball a little bit. Imagine how things would have been if you played hardball early on. It has been 12 years now since the story finally ended. 12 years of this shit. For years, I'd wake up at night to the sound of her screaming in my head, like a banshee. I would brood over all the wrong things and all the parts of my life she destroyed and all the time and resources wasted on someone who obviously had no intention of building things together, but was only looking out for herself. That sums it up pretty well. But now that I realize I wasn't to blame and that the only thing I did wrong was endure and stick around after I should have gotten out of that nightmare, I finally been able to move past all that. You are one of the reasons I was able to do it. And if my story can help just one guy realize he's in an abusive relationship and get out, it'll be worth the emotions it dug up to write about it. Thanks for all you do. You're welcome, bro. Now, I'm so happy you're out of there, and I'm so happy you've gotten past this, but I gotta be fair to you. This wasn't all just her. She's the a-hole, without a shadow of a doubt, on so many levels. But again, you said right there, you endured this, and you did. But you should have moved in with her, and you were young, you didn't know any better, and you didn't have a guy guiding you in this. But the second that the disrespect started, about the bills, this, that, and obviously other things, you should have left. End of story. But once you were trapped in the house, but should have gotten rid of it. End of story. But you taught her how to treat you. You didn't stand up for yourself, and as I said before, if she doesn't respect you, she ain't gonna love you. And you were treated like shit. I mean, God, second-class citizens got better treatment than what you were getting there. And you may have that 1 and a year and a half hookup only just to keep you around. And probably the reason she initially wanted to have a kid was to really lock you in. Thank God she didn't get pregnant and you had a kid with her. But the lesson of the story is, guys, don't move in with your girl unless you plan on marrying her. But also the things that will happen, the stereotypical things, right there, dead on. And many of you guys know this. But also building yourself up. Building up who you are as a high value guy, and it doesn't mean to have high value, you have to own your own yacht or your own private jet or have millions and millions of dollars in your account. Simply you're a guy that marches to the beat of your own drum, living your life as you want, doing what you want when you want. And how you do that is becoming the best you can be in all areas. You find yourself a job that you're really good at, or you start your own business, you got money put aside. If money, guys, I'm telling you right now, a lot of people say money is the root of all evil, or more like the love of money is the root of all evil. That's a better way to put it. Money's freedom. Money gives you choices and options. Okay? So I want all you guys now that remember here, look at your budget and look at ways to save money. There's always ways to save money. And extra money there, you put it away and invest it. And the more you got, the more options you have. So if you're in a shitty job, you can leave because you got a nice nest egg to look out for yourself. That doesn't mean I want you to quit your job and then live off that before you get another job, but you have options to change jobs or start a business or do anything you can to improve yourself. All right? If you're doing something right now and you want something better, find a way to get in a better position in your company. If it requires taking a course or whatever it has to be, some kind of test to get where you want to be, move up, do it. You'll be so much happier. Okay? And also, in terms of the people you hang out with, if people you hang out with in your life are not very good friends, ditch them. It's better to be alone than be with people that treat you like crap. Hit the gym, get your body in shape, eat healthy. All these things will all come together and help you out. And you're just going to, when you start having success and you're feeling good about yourself and you're looking good, you're going to walk taller, you're going to feel better. People will treat you better. And you also, guys, the greatest trick also is being alone. When you can truly be alone, guys, and be happy and totally content in your life, you're not going to tolerate any crap because you don't need anybody. But there are a lot of people out there that need someone in their life. They need to have people to hang out with. They need a girlfriend. They need this. When you don't need people, you enjoy people's company, but when you don't need them, you don't tolerate shit. And when you don't tolerate shit, nobody disrespects you. And you get respect. And this all helps out. So I want you guys doing everything you can to better your lives, improve it in some way. If you look at your life, there is surely one area you can improve. Constant purpose. Because unfortunately, we're in an era most people don't do shit. Most people just hang back, do bare minimum to keep their jobs, bare minimum that they don't get too fat. And they sit and complain that they hate their jobs. They feel like they hate that they don't make enough money or have enough money, even though they're unwilling to get something better to make more money. They complain they don't have enough money because they won't change jobs to do something better, or they won't cut their budget. They complain they have crappy friends, but they put up with crappy friends. They complain they're out of shape and unattractive, but they eat garbage, McDonald's and Burger King and all that all the time. Don't exercise, don't take care of themselves, drink all the time, smoke. You get my point here. I don't want you guys to be like that. I want you guys on a constant self-improvement mission. And you may think I'm being over the top, but I challenge any of you guys, go on this self-improvement crusade for 6 months on all areas of your life. And I guarantee in 6 months, you're going to feel a lot better. And it's going to have a very positive impact, like literally when you have a pond and you throw a rock in the pond and you see all the waves go from it. You get on a self-improvement mission for 6 months or a year even, you're going to see just like that the impact it's going to have on your life. So, all right, I've gone on enough here, but great story to this guy. Lessons learned in here. Don't take any crap. Don't move with your girl. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.